Welcome back to another episode of Rockstar Reacts. It's your host, Rockstar 2800, the most hated, most opinionated, most underrated. You know the truth. Like, comment, subscribe right now to this channel. If you haven't already, become a member. Turn on your notifications, tap that bell, smash that like button. Follow Smut Free TV on Instagram and TikTok. Hop in them comments. Why? Every comment counts. And you know we got the hottest content in these internet streets. No cap. All right, man, let's get into this. Wack100 on accusing YG, insinuating YG really has something to do with Drakeo the Ruler murder, and saying that he will be picked up for it. This is nasty work. You know, Vlad had the opportunity to ask him this question, and he's going full-fledged, just incriminating and implementing. It's nasty work, man. So let's get into the content at hand, break it down. Y'all know what it is. You tuned in to Rockstar Reacts. Give it a thumbs up right here on Smut Free TV. Let's go.
Well, do you think that YG will be charged with this murder?
Eventually, absolutely, yes.
Okay. Do you think he'll be convicted?
That all depends on how much information they have to justify the charges.
This is nasty work. Soon as it starts. Yes, eventually he will. Why will YG get picked up for this if he really had nothing to do with it? And you, like, this is not, we got to rewind that for the people. And this is why he can't come around, y'all. Because stuff like this, I'm telling you. Let's go.
Will be charged with this murder?
Eventually, absolutely, yes.
Okay. Do you think he'll be convicted?
That all depends on how much information they have to justify the charges. And I'm not saying he will be charged because he did it. I just understand these streets, and I've never seen a group that large not fold eventually. Somebody's gonna say something.
Right. Someone's going to want to
lie or the truth.
Someone wants to get out of jail free card at some point. These are not a bunch of school kids who are going and getting their master's degree, who are able to stay out of trouble for the rest of their lives. At some point, someone's going to beat up their baby mother, or they're going to, get caught with a gun, or get caught in a fight, or caught with some drugs.
There you have it.
And they're going to be facing 20 years, and they're going to say, well, I got something for you.
There you have it.
I got something for you.
And they can make up. Man, I got partners that have done decades behind a complete lie. Like the actual guy that did it, literally everything he did, put it on the next dude. And it sounded believable because this is really what happened.
Right.
But they just removed themselves and said it was this dude.
Yeah.
Like, so when you're dealing with that, right? Yes, I believe eventually, I hope it don't happen, but I believe eventually, because I've never seen a group of street dudes like that, and a lot of them probably didn't know each other, just stand tall and nobody not say anything. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, because you don't stand tall on nothing. You's a sucker. That's why you ain't seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be for real, y'all. Like, this guy right here is wishing jail on YG. This is nasty work. Eventually, but I hope not. I mean, what is it? Either you say he's gonna get locked up, or he has nothing to do with it. But you're basically implicating this man and implementing him in it. Like, let's be for real, y'all. Pay attention, wake up, open your eyes. We're gonna keep it going.
Somebody's gonna say something.
Well, speaking of YG, he had the verses with Game. I actually wanted to go, but I was flying in that particular night. I would have loved to actually see it, because my first video project ever was done with Game before you and I ever met. So me and him go way back. We've always been cool with each other. But according to the official scorecard, YG won 19-3.
I don't believe Game went to battle, even though we know what a versus is. I believe Game took the position of the elder, the big homie. I believe Game looked at it that this was Compton, Bompton, and I believe Game single-handedly took that situation and made it a celebration, because it's a bunch of music that he could have led with. He could have came out swinging hard. You know what I mean? I don't think Game wanted to battle YG. He didn't have any points to prove to YG. You get what I'm saying? YG played the music he was supposed to play, and Game was just matching the energy, not trying to supersede it, although he could have. You know what I mean? You know, you come out one blood. You come out that time. You know, he came out with Travis Barker beating the drums, which is a great look. You know what I mean?
It's not a song everyone knows.
That's a B-side type song,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So I believe Game's what he wanted to do. I think Game achieved what he wanted to do, which is have fun, have a blast, bring some people together. There was a lot of people there that's been enemies over the last decade or so. Overall, if you're gonna say song for song, was it matched? I don't think it was matched. I'm a Game fan, I'm a YG fan, but I don't think it was a battle. But if you're asking me, all right, the Game match his energy with song for song, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say Game just was keeping the party going. Could he have? He could have came out. He didn't even play none of his songs with Kendrick. Not one. You know what I'm saying? So YG didn't either as well. You know what I mean? But I don't think it was a versus. It was kind of like how Snoop and DMX did their thing. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we was all looking for this East Coast, West Coast battle, and they was in there rocking out. It was just a bunch of great music.
Yeah, it was.
All right, I give him that. That's a good take on the whole thing, even though I feel like Game still dropped the ball during the verses. YG had way more hits, current and just well-rounded. And I don't think, you know, the music resonates now. You know, he had classics, he had hits that we liked, but overall, YG won that verses, like, hands down.
What's funny is I actually did a poll on my Twitter, and I got like over 300 votes. I said, who's winning the verses, Game or YG? My audience was a little bit older, put Game at 85%. They basically had Game washing YG. But if you look at the actual, final scorecard, it was the other way around. 19-3 is basically about 85% to 15%. So yeah, listen, at the end of the day, both of them were drunk, right? They're both drunk on stage. Didn't Game try to get a G-Unit headband at one point?
I don't know.
Yeah, I heard he wanted to get he shouted out 50 Cent. I really hope that the two of them just squash it at some point.
I'm the last one to do it.
I know it'll never happen. I hope they do.
No, bro, listen. I worked hard at that.
Yeah, I know.
Me and Monster, Uncle Murder, got them talking in the middle of the club. We ran into each other at an event in San Bernardino. Our trailers were side by side. We're like out there congregating, chilling, and, we're discussing tours and all that, and everything is cool. And then I woke up one morning and 50 Cent just dissed him. And then Game puts up the last 4 digits of his baby's mother phone number, right? So I just think 50, the way he runs his program, once you didn't cross him, he's never going to get back in bed with you.
Well, here's what I think. I think that these types of situations work and get reconciled when both people have something substantial to gain. I think 50 is so high up that he realizes if I squash it with Game, the final result won't be that big of a deal in his life.
For him, yeah.
For him.
It won't
It'll be
really
a bigger deal for Game, right? And that's
Yeah.
no shot to anybody.
That's a
but
fact.
50 financially has just gone through the roof, right? And Gabe does well also.
Yeah.
No one's broke. No one's broke.
Yeah.
But 50's just on a different level from all of us, including me and you.
Yeah, that's a
so
fact.
and I'm okay with saying that. And that's the problem sometimes when you cross someone that's so high up, they have no reason to come back down and fix it with you.
That's a good analogy. I like that. When a person is so high up, they don't have to come down and fix it with you. They don't have to. But this is what I be like, is Wack. I compare that to Wack. Wack feels like he's above all of us, right? But he still comes down here to argue with us. But he's not gonna do that with these people up here. Cause he's up here. He don't wanna mess this up. But he'll come down here and cause chaos. And then go back up there and smile and, laugh and, all this bull, right? Like I said, the video didn't really go into too much. I mean, in the beginning, you see him basically just pointing out YG. Like, oh yeah, he gonna get locked up eventually. Somebody gonna tell on his team. I mean, this is nasty work, bro. Like, why are you so concerned with YG's case? You know what I'm saying? And to even with gel on him, and then in the same sentence say, "Oh, I hope not. I hope he don't get." No, you do hope. You do hope, because you wouldn't be saying the stuff you're saying. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why he can't come around YG and them. You know what I'm saying? Running his mouth, always implementing and saying stuff crazy like. So this is nasty work, man. I just hope y'all stay tuned, man, so we can see what really happens from this. You know what I'm saying? If YG will ever be convicted for this. In my eyes, I don't really see him getting charged with nothing. I think it's all speculation, hearsay, suspicion, right? Like I said, man, this guy's wishing gel on YG, man, and I don't think the treetops is going for that, man. With that being said, man, get this comment a thumbs up. Get this content a thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe right now. If you haven't already, become a member. Turn on your notifications. Tap that bell. Smash that like button. Follow Smut Free TV on Instagram and TikTok. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And you know we got the hottest content in these internet streets, no cap. Stay tuned for more Rockstar Reacts right here on Smut Free TV.